Hello, friends. Long time no see. Little backstory on the barn find Busa. We were able to sell that, and now we are headed to pick up two motorcycles that I have wanted since the early 90s. 91, I believe, is what year these are. And it's just one of those things that you couldn't get them when you were a kid, but every time you got a chance to ride your bicycle to the motorcycle shop, you got to sit on one when they had it in stock or whatever. So I got a phone call yesterday and went to look at some stuff that a guy had for sale, and my jaw hit the ground whenever I saw what we're headed to pick up. So we're going to get down the road here a little bit, and you can see I've got trailer in tow, and we will try to record as much of it as I can, loading them up and kind of how they're sitting. They've been sitting since around 2000, he said, but they're in superior condition. So I'll do my best to get a little bit of footage of picking them up, but I don't want to intrude on this guy's shop or his other belongings. So we may just do more video once we get them home, and I'll do a walk around of unloading them and stuff. But here we go. There they are, guys. Honda Cubs. Let's get these suckers loaded up. Okay, I'm home with these Honda Cubs. I believe they are 1991 models. So funny enough, I went to look at a couple of things that a guy had for sale, and these were sitting in his shop. The story goes that he bought one for each of his kids, one for the son, one for the daughter. The daughter rarely rode hers, which is this one over here. The son rode the shit out of his, and but they've been sitting for, he says, about 30 years. So it's going to take some doing to get them running. Obviously, clean the carburetors. Get around here. Clean the carburetors, fresh fuel, all the normal stuff. Hopefully nothing too major wrong with them. I haven't turned them over. I haven't done anything. Obviously, they're going to need batteries. But my plans is to interchange a couple of things. Like this one has a boo-boo in the seat. That seat's perfect. Well, the plastics on this one are a lot better than that one. So anyway, I'm going to make one real nice one and one still nice. And I'm going to keep the nicer one and sell the other one. So let's go on an adventure and see if we can figure out what's wrong with these things, or what it's going to take to get them running. All right, guys, it's been a couple of days since I picked these things up. Little backstory: I bought a pair of these Honda Cubs. There's the other one over there. And what I was told, and I know to be fact, is the man that I bought them from actually lives about 4 blocks from me over here. I went to look at some stuff that he had for sale, and these were in his shop. And, I was born in 79, so in 1991 when this came out, I was 12 years old, and what kid didn't want this at 12 years old? Of course, couldn't afford it. wasn't any way we could afford it. And the fun part of it is this guy bought two of them, one for his son, one for his daughter, and he gave me the original bill of sale, the titles, and everything to that address that I picked him up at. He built the house new in '74, lived there all his life, or all until now. He actually just sold the house. But anyway, total bill for two of these out the door was like $3,100, I think, in November of 1990. And he picked them up. He has it written on the receipt, and I'll put that in here, where he picked up these on December 24th of 1990. They are 91 models, and from what he told me, they've been sitting for somewhere between 25 and 30 years. So we're going to see, if we can get them running. So let's learn together. I know nothing about these. I know they're 2-stroke, 90cc. But let me get y'all on the tripod, and then we'll try to figure out how to get into this thing. Okay, so I guess the first thing we need to do is get the seat off, which I do not know how to do. Okay, give it a release. All right. Seat. Okay. I wasn't sure if you mix it or if it was injected. It is injected. It has a 2-stroke oil tank here. See if it has any oil in it. Obviously going to be old oil, but maybe good enough to get it, to get it running, just to see if it's going to run. And there is oil in it. Oddly enough, and probably because they've been sitting so long, the gas does not, it's dry, so that's good. But I did smell, and it smells like good fresh gas. It's not the junk gas that we have today. So I'm optimistic that these things may just need more cleaning than actual mechanic work. You can tell they've been taken care of. They've just been sitting for a while, and I haven't cleaned them at all. We'll get into polishing them and all that good stuff once we get them running. But here you can see the oil tank I was talking about, and then obviously the gas tank there, little battery, electric start. But I noticed just now it's got a kickstarter bolted here, so I guess you can put that on somewhere if you want to run, no electric start. So let me get the gas can, and we'll pour a little gas in it. And we'll see what happens. I'm just going to go ahead and fill it up. Again, I'm pretty optimistic on these. They've been sitting indoors. Like I said, the tank's bone dry. Fortunately, it's a plastic tank, so we may have some varnish in there, but we're not going to have any rust or anything like that to deal with. And I am using ethanol-free gas, so we won't have to deal with that crap. And I'll get my booster box. Let's see here. That's the best way to do this. Maybe lay it down. What can you guys see here? Let me back y'all up a little bit. I'm not cutting because I truly think that this is going to be relatively easy to get running. I hope, anyway. And if not, we're going to do whatever it takes to get both of them running. And they both have different flaws, like as far as cracked plastic or something like that. So my plan is I'm going to make one real nice one out of the two and keep it, and try to sell the other one to recoup the investment. So we got power, we got a light. Okay, I don't know. Let's turn the gas on. I don't see any sort of choke. To turn on. So let's just see what happens. Nothing. Nothing. My optimism is diminishing. Okay, I got the light. Oh. No? Does the side stand have to be down? No? Side stand light works when you put the side stand down. I'm gonna move you guys over here. Like I said, I don't know anything about these things, so I'm just trying. Got it on run. It doesn't have a clutch or anything. It's just a single speed transmission type deal. But every time I turn or hook the battery up, I get the oil light to come on and it goes off. I think we need to find the starter. I'm sure you have to pull the clutch maybe. I don't know. I don't see any electronics going to or not the clutch, but the brake lever to start it. I don't know. Well, guys, I'm going to turn this off real quick and try to see if I can do a little research if there's any tricks to the starter working. If not, we may have to figure out how to put that Kickstarter on there and try it that way. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. Did a little bit of YouTubing myself, and there's nothing special to making this thing, like you don't have to hold the brake, or there's no sequence of events that needs to take place to get this thing to turn over. So we may be pulling the body off of it and trying to figure out if we got a loose connection or a stuck starter or something. I don't know. But there's nothing even clicking on this thing. So I was hoping this was going to be a short, sweet video of just hearing it at least turn over, if not run, and then we could go through and clean it up and all that kind of jazz. But doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Well, the circuitry's working. Let me get y'all off this deal. I don't know if y'all can see that on the tripod. When I hook up the battery, the booster box, you know, the oil light comes on, stays on for a couple of seconds and goes off, which is what I feel like it ought to be doing. Got it on run. Just nothing clicking here. No, not a click. Other than the click of my clamp falling off the battery. So, I don't know. We're going to have to dig into it and figure it out. Or we can go get the other one and try it too. Let's do that. Stand by. Let's just do it down and dirty just to see if this one will even turn over right quick. Big clamps. I need to get some kind of little clamp for doing this kind of stuff. Oil light, side stand light. Oil light went off. Nothing. I feel like there's something I'm missing. You would think that it would at least click or something. But since they're both doing the same thing, I just feel like there's something I'm missing. You can see the side stand light glowing. And when I turn off the key, turn it on, well, if I can get the battery to stay clamped. There we go. Oil light on, oil light off. Switch is on run. So, definitely gonna have to take the bodywork off and see if there's a broken wire, or do some testing on the electrical system. And we may end up just throwing the Kickstarter on it just to see if we can get it to fire, you know. But that will be the next video in a couple of days. Kind of just wanted to see where I stand with these things until I have more time. I'm not sure if I'll go ahead and publish this video or if I'll wait until we get to dig into them a little deeper, but this is where we're at for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, I'm back. I remembered that they came with an owner's manual, so I haven't tried this yet, but there is a procedure to try to start it. I've got the battery hooked up just because you guys know how to do that. Well, had the battery hooked up just because you guys know how to do that. So, okay, there's the battery. Says to make sure it's in the run position, the fuel's on, ignition on, and it says this light will come on for a few seconds and turn off when you turn the ignition on, so that we're good there. It says raise the side stand, which I've got the side stand up already. You can tell because the yellow light's not on. When I put it down, the light comes on, side stand. To raise that, unit will not start with the side stand down. It says to sit on the bike, which I know that has nothing to do with it. Pull the rear brake lever hard. The engine will not start if you don't pull the rear brake lever hard. It also won't start if you depress the rear brake pedal instead of pulling the rear brake lever. So, here's the rear brake lever. It says to pull it hard. Still got nothing. I can hear a click though. Yeah, I think something, the starter maybe gummed up or something. So I thought I'd try it again right quick before I go in for the evening. But looks like we'll have to dig a little deeper.